Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Redington virtual sessions. Today we have Gaurav who will be running us through the Splunk Phantom overview. Gaurav, over to you.
Thank you, Bindya. Hello, everyone. Today's agenda will be like I'm giving you some overview of SOAR platform and then take you through Phantom overview, like minimum basic features and you have available with the Phantom. Thank you all for joining in. This is Gaurav Ramteke. I'm a pre-sales engineer and Splunk architect, certified architect for Redington. And from today's presentation, you would expect some of the knowledge transfer on me giving you on Phantom and different criterias to evaluate SOAR platform, so that in future, if you have any requirement to work upon, you should be able to have a starting point. Okay, this is our agenda. What are we going to do today? So I'll start with why SOAR. Why SOAR as a platform we require in a security operations center, and then what are the evaluation criteria which we should take into consideration while you choose one. There are multiple SOAR platforms available online, and you can put the criterias just to evaluate the product, and then after that we dive into Phantom SOAR platform. And after that, I'll give you a bit about what all industrial areas where Phantom is used. In Phantom overview, I'll take you through different aspects of the workflow within the Phantom, from architecture, introducing, and from architecture, and then from all the features available within Phantom. Okay, so let's start. So why so? There are this particular 5 to 6 points, which is also, we can say, kind of a challenges, but then these are the questions we generally any security operations center should have. Security orchestration, automation, and response. It's a term describe convergence of 3 distinct technologies, like security orchestration and automation. That is one thing. Secondly, incident response platform. And thirdly, threat intelligence platform. I don't think so. We look further to that. Those three points we should we cover in any SOAR platform, right? Now, from the first point, if you see why there is a shortage of IT professionals. We know there are, IT is hugely built, like, the many engineers are working there, and the shortage is not the IT professional, it is the skill gap, especially acute technologies. In acute technologies, like, technologies are growing. As technologies are growing, there are requirement for security within them. Technologies like mobile, not only IT infrastructure, but now smart mobiles. Then there is a cloud now booming up, and then also IoT side of it. So if you think that perspective, there are a lot of challenges. You can see, the attack surfaces is expanded, and then threat detection tool has been now various parts of the network. Has to defend on various parts of the network. And we are simply enough short of skills to monitor, manage this environment, right? If you move ahead, there are large number of security point solutions to address specific threats. Many organizations have created data silos and visibility gaps. Now integrating this data, data silos and a point-to-point security point solutions, different security point solutions like firewalls, data silos, we call it as. And there are visibility gaps. Now to integrate those totally together require significant time and resources. And to gain a value out of it is another challenge, because the alerts generated by this solution are overwhelming. Now, to making sense of large volumes of threads and vulnerabilities desperately needs a manual. To be slow, but it's a manual process, right? So, so that is another the challenge in security domain. If you go further, different silos, data sources, generating different kind of data formats, which we call it as unstructured data formats. And that is another big challenge for any operation center, security operation center, right? Now, the question is, how do you approach to adapt this kind of data, which is generated increasing daily, and it's increasing rapidly in such a form that there is a lack of knowledge to fulfill the requirement. So to adapt this adapt this kind of data structure, and that to generate the to get the value out of it in real time, so that it gives you faster value, and that too in a massive scale, right? Massive scale. So again, there is this investigative approach we have to take into consideration. Now, to do that, there are multiple tools around the market. Now those tools are between IT and security, considered into IT and security, and should be able to investigate the unstructured data to identify and solve the issues. Now, company can send this unstructured data to from all the systems, devices, and communication channels to this particular tool, which can then collate your complete data. And now there are the multiple complexities. If you collate the data, there is a data lake you need to manage and stuff like that. We are still working upon it, and we have been there are multiple vendors working on this kind of challenge. We'll of course surely discuss that in further slides. And that should now, if you consider this as a challenge, of course, now this and give a value out of this unstructured data, of course, it's a very powerful tool, I would say, where you don't have to worry about structuring your data and then taking out the value, because structuring a data is again a ETL process, right? So people and process, processes are again the part of the complete workflow. The third, so that is a workflow. We will talk about the workflow more in deep in down and below slides. And then again, there is a the MTR, mean time to resolution, and MTTA. So those kind of metrics we always consider during the cycle of any threat mitigation, right? Now we move to, this is generally a security nerve center. After we discuss every security platform is considered multiple different data sources, security data sources. Let me be specific here, which in turn we collate the data into some tool called as SIM solution within a SOC, which is a very important tool, I would say, in a SIM environment. Excuse me. And any SOC environment, once you have this important tool, now you need to have a team around it. So levels of analysts working on the data, data alerts, generated default data alerts, and all are working towards to find IOCs, indicators of compromise. Small clues, big clues, everybody is trying to fight out just to find out clues, and it's heavy in nature. Wherever there is a large organization with hundreds or thousands of assets and people, the scale is simply too large for a security team. And secondly, if a SOC team monitor threats around the clock, enables timely detection of threats, regardless of time of the day, it is also another challenge. And thirdly, you need expertise on this kind of touch points, managing all the security security providing devices like firewall, IDS, IPSs, then collating that data. There are different technical expertise you will need, right? So this is all about security operations center, mainly working on to find out IOCs, jotting down false positive, true positive, and then come up with the correct way workflow, I would say, happening in the environment, just to be very careful. And this doesn't happen without people processes in place. Right. Now, this is just an overview. I have kept this slide because it gives you the complete separated column. So it gives you overview of what challenges are. We have already covered this. Resources is a big challenge from the more knowledge perspective, as from the operational perspective, as from the to finding out the threats and mitigate them. Once you go to the products, then the huge amount of alerts, escalating volumes of security alerts, then the static, the continuous process, repetitive process, which has been happening in the same environment. Then there is a speed of detection, the triage, which you have to work upon, and then there is a cost behind it. So this is why the SOAR platform came up. It has been born recently, like in 2010 around or something like that, and then from there we are still maturing ourselves. In due time, I think there will not be any such kind of back process where engineers has to have face those challenges of segregating alerts, and it's all should have been automated. Everything, but sophistication of attacks is still in progress, maybe in the same environment, or so it's a continuous fighting. Now this evaluation criteria, I think these 4 points are the major points which I came up with after long study. So the first point is delivering quality intelligence. So why is that? Is the tackling the latest sophisticated cybersecurity threats. It requires in-depth understanding of attacks, and attacker using the techniques and the procedures to attack the source, and that's where the analyst capability is to find out the IOCs, ability to identify, right, and then aggregating and validating that data in a wide range of sources, including threat intelligence platform, exchanging security technologies, all technologies in the security, including SIM, UBA, SOAR platform. It's more it's kind of to become a more intelligent driven, right? The effect of this is that the security personnel are able to contextualize incidents, make better informed decisions, and accelerate incidents detection and response. So here we are. The first point, it should reflect in any SOAR platform. And second is improving efficiency of any security operations, where you do not have to constantly monitor and ensure ongoing health and performance, but then constant switching between multiple systems only makes the situation worse, right? Costing time and effort, as well as evaluating the risk of mistakes being made within SOAR solution help CSOC automate the automate some of the days or 2 days. It's a daily mundane security operations, right? A key goal of SOAR is to help security staff work smarter rather than harder. So that's where the efficiency and efficacy of operation should lie. The productivity and capacity of handling more incidents without needing to hire more personnel. It's a key goal, right? And then if you have more incident response, enhancing incident response is breaches, the minimizing the risk of breaches and the limit the vast damage and disruption that can cause rapid response is vital. So organization to reduce mean time to detect and mean time to respond. That's what we have discussed this earlier. So that can be done only by enabling security alerts to be qualified and matured enough for you to SOAR you to enable that kind of activity where you can respond in a time rather it's become late. So that's where the SOAR enables security team to automate incident response procedures known as playbooks procedures. We will gonna discuss this more further slides. And then automate the response. This include blocking an IP address on the firewall or IDS system, spending or disabling user accounts, quarantine infected endpoints from the network, and so on. Moving on, improving reporting. There is a major improves reporting and knowledge capture, which is reporting and dashboards. A very important point. Even this has been taken very seriously across the vendor line. If you see, mainly in security domain, and cannot be left aside in SOAR platform as well, even though it gives the automation around security operations. So even though if the not of the end sources, but its own reporting and dashboards are available for end users to see for their own operations. So here, SOAR it can help. SOAR can help codify knowledge and avoid loss of memory. Sometimes that can happen all too easily, right? And that's where you need that kind of reports and dashboards. There are multiple cases now. If you think of it's just a platform anyways, right? So that's all about what is SOAR, why SOAR is needed, where are the challenges, what criteria you can take into consideration to evaluate SOAR platform. I hope I was clear. Now we're gonna dive into how Phantom. It's a SOAR platform of Splunk. Phantom SOAR platform. How does it help any organization for mitigating the risk within their environment, and how they think it's better when and where we should propose Phantom. So that's there. So this is again the problem solving statement within Phantom itself. We have seen this all the challenges earlier. Now I'm giving you in a nutshell format where how Phantom as a SOAR platform reduces your resources. So limited resources in a security operations center, which is 24/7, right? So by automate repetitive tasks, so that you can do more with the people you already have. Too many alerts. There also you have Phantom to help you with no human interaction. Now, how does it do it? So Phantom automates security alerts where it can do pre-investigation done by Phantom itself, and then come up with the correct incidents which are necessary. So 80% of work there you lose it. But however, this needs complete processes within it to do that. And too many siloed products. Of course, now you have within Phantom, we'll discuss that more in detail. Too many siloed products you can have within Phantom. You have multiple workflows and response across all the products via apps available within the product. It's a 250 plus apps are available. And then lack of processes. So this also a challenge where you can use Phantom to build your own processes to help customer build their operations rigorously. And by doing that, you are in a way minimize your work on SOPs, standard operating procedure documentations, Of course, you have to do that. However, it will be like doing that in a phantom. So by doing this all, by solving this all major problems, you of course gain speed. Any SOAR platform, mainly Phantom, it can reduce time to respond to any incident by hours, I would say, and that of course definitely give you ROI around it. So this is basic orientation of OODA, we call it as OODA loop. Observe, oriented, orient, decision making and acting loop within any security operations center. If you take a SOAR as a platform, just to execute faster, faster response to the incidents. So OODA loop is introduced by the US fighter pilots. Now, so they have this game within there. So whoever execute this loop faster wins. So, however, by Phantom, Phantom helps respond to these attacks by improving execution at all stages of this process. However, we will be specific. So, observe as point of products built by security companies, and orient will be the technologies like SIM, big data technologies like Hadoop, Elasticsearch, ELK stack, improved correlation. There is next step and reduction, but the volume of data coming out of this layer keeps growing. That is a major concern, and that too in an unstructured format. Then there are two different paths. Decide. This is where today's problem starts. So, which incident do we have to act upon? Which because there are multiple highly critical incidents have raised. There are multiple thousands of it, and analysts don't know from where to start, and that's the problem where we have to decide. Even that best team in mind can't keep up, and over 70% of the large enterprise they have conducted the survey against this. And then last point is, acting. Acting is taking an actions against the incident. So plenty of security products and lot of different consoles, and then you need to action. So here is the part. The last two parts where Phantom really works. So the Phantom, our goal is to automate the second half of the OODA loop, so companies can execute the cycle quicker. Most security team have SOPs in place, standard, and then standard SOPs. And with Phantom, they can turn those procedures into playbooks, executing automatically within their environment, like an engine. And then the last is action, growing libraries of Phantom apps which connects and integrate with southbound interface of the management API. I'll show you the interface of that, and that allows management API of existing products. So that allows automated enrichment, investigation, hunting, and containment and recovery. So that's where the Phantom lies, decision making and acting. That's where the Phantom supports SOAR platform. So this is an architecture. Let me take you step by step. This is the first is Phantom microservices, consists of 4 major services. You can see. So action days, app executions. So all the internal engine is depend on the Python programming. If anybody knows Python, they could understand Phantom very easily. Not only Phantom, but any particular SOAR platform. I would say. But within Phantom, there are 4 major services, as you can see here. Then this services, then other services which are user front end, and Engines is a web server, and the Django is a web framework where a whole Phantom stands upon. And these are connected to the internal engines. Again, the user front end. There are 2 platform. First is one is user interface, the console, and then there is REST API where you can integrate the other data sources which has API to connect to. And then there is external sources where you have where you can ingest data to Phantom and to the ingest to daemon. And then there is apps which are already registered available for you to act upon. So in detail we will discuss this architecture. So hopefully you will understand this basic architecture. I haven't gone into deep. It's not the mandatory to within the overview. This is the workflow of the Phantom platform. So you have security data ingested via some solution or any technologies. Then you have you run playbooks around those incidents, indicators, and endpoints. You get the data from. Once you run playbooks, it's already action defined. Action also can be defined by apps. So major actions you can see is block IPs, detonate files, or you can check file reputation via virus total, threat intelligence database, whichever you are subscribes to. Then you can also integrate the assets within the Phantom, where it can manage for you directly without any manual intervention, threat mitigation. And then there are owners which they manage everything around it. So these are the basic Phantom flow. Let us discuss the complete tool now together. So this is basic flow within SOAR platform. So automation evolving, right? So you can see different point within Phantoms: automation, orchestration, collaboration, event management, case management, and reporting. So these are the major life cycle. Here we can go deep dive within each. So any operational, how does it work? Tier-based analyst, right? Any operational. So level, let us understand the operation they do, right? So different persons have different pain areas. Let us understand those pain areas just to understand how the particular operation help this kind of workflow. So a level analyst always works on the raw incidents generated from all the security data sources. And because of their working on raw incidents, 100 of alerts per day to review, and you can't work upon that completely. High security, so they generally go with high security ones first, and then tries down the line to work upon. No one will notice anyways, like if say suppose so any alerts, there are 5 steps for the triage. So phishing in, say suppose phishing investigation from users who forward suspicious emails, you have to check indicators from alerts against different threat intel sources, right? Carries initial event triage. So this is a workflow which we are talking about. Then handle your URL blocking, unblocking request. What he wants exactly to be able to access all security controls from one console and run manageable script to automate these jobs, right? So this is his first requirement. If you go to level 2, 3 analyst, they always they have to investigate whatever comes from analyst level 1, and majorly it's minimal alerts. They have to investigate say maximum around 12 to 15 alerts every day, which are escalated by from L1, right? Sometimes the alerts they receive are duplicates because the initial triage is not complete. Sometimes he has to perform many steps to check if it is worth looking into it further, right? Now, scoping potential incidents and rather information if any other endpoints or users is compromised. So generate IOCs from analysis and feed it to the same contact ISPs to shut down phishing sites, check threat intel sources for IOCs, right? And carries initial event triage. So basically threat hunting, what they are trying to do. So they should be able to access all security controls from one consoles and run automated jobs for hunting and for forensics, right? And the last director, the C-level executives, every time they're asking for a report on the most common incidents and the indicators for the day, it will take a long time to receive it, right? Because team is already jumbled with different activities within the operation center. So it is inconsistent information. It is generally whatever inconsistent work is there, you get inconsistent information within the report, and there is unsatisfactory, right? So what they have to do is handle within their OLA SLAs. That is their major activity, and information is requested for an immediately a report in standard format and following best practices. They do that particular report, and L1 L2 empowers the team members because they more advanced, they build more advanced process for better detection. So to see so that is where the management team thinks upon to give them a platform so that they can advance the processes. So to see some returns on his investment, they have to see some return on the investment within the people better and have assurance that his stock is running as expected at all times. That's what they want, full visibility, correct? So this is general practices which any operation center works upon. Now let us dig dive. We take each phantom cycle, integrating cycle, and understand their work. So first, let's talk about automation. Every security team has SOPs, as we discussed. Response to a threat follows to response to threat. It gives all step-by-step actions in a manual fashion. Phantom takes those operating procedures and turn them into Phantom playbooks that can be run in Phantom engine that we have seen in the architecture, and execute it at a machine speed. So this playbooks can encapsulate all the logic that your team runs by hands, manual work, as I mean to say. So Visual Playbook Editor, and it's very simple to even design playbooks within the Phantom. So you just have to uh, take the operations. We will see that thing in a more detail in a demo environment scheduled next on 9th of April, this week only. So I'm going to give a demo around it, so you'll be able to understand more clearly on the playbooks. Okay, and that's automation. Orchestration, allows you to marshal the full power of your existing security products and tools into a single platform. So this is nothing but an Phantom has an app layer, integrates with over 250 distinct security tools and over 1,000 APIs that can all be coordinated with your platform. Okay, so a very powerful abstraction. Let me tell you this, all apps they have already inbuilt, it's more than 250 apps, standard data sources, and you can design by your own app as well. And within the community, having a rich community around Phantom platform, where you have all the help which you can get and to design an app or the actions, the workflow you want to design. So, and there are multiple playbooks apps also available within the GitHub, which I can share if you request me for that in a later period. Okay, it's a very powerful way to translate translate the actions into a tool. Okay, you go to next slide. Next is collaboration, very important part of Phantom. Collaboration is very important within any security operation center, which allows you to communicate while staying focused on your current mission. Communication within the team. So suppose you have 2 or 3 teams sitting around the regions, and Phantom can provide you the collaboration platform where you can communicate with different teams within the organization itself. And this helps you increase situational awareness and drive efficient communication across your team. Features like integrated chat, shared case notes, and more. So Phantom Mission Control allows you to invite other to work and an event or incident through a closure. So that's how you can leverage and leverage machine learning via Phantom Mission Guidance. So the machine learning guidance is also available in those kind of notes, which you can see. Okay, we go to now event management. Hope until now I'm making sense. Event management is also a key component of a security operation platform. Without it, the cycle is incomplete, right? Then Phantom event management feature sets provides a highly configurable analyst queue in order to manage your team's workload, where you can, define the fields, the actionable fields, where the attributes, I would say attributes, where you want to take an actions upon. Okay, so this is where you can do in event management. So triage process, I would say in a short form, where Phantom provides many core functions like surgical analysis and inbound security events, right? It can rapidly triage. It can give, so once you have that accessibility, you can rapidly triage low level events, other security objects, and automate them in a faster manner. So that's where you can review events contextually, enrich them as well, and take actions. So it's an integrated interface, basically. Okay, so case management, we move to case management. Phantom case management takes over when an event is confirmed to be legitimate security incident. So that's where the case management comes in. Now, by promoting an event to a case, it now you have a case template to be applied on the incident, where you so there are predefined set of phases and tasks through to closure within the case. So that also you can define within the case study. So now the predefined templates may be mapped to NIST 800 framework or any other framework which you think best. Okay, then this tasks, individually and external parties such as legal counsel, crisis communication, human resources, HR can all be looped into the process. So the framework like NIST for IR, incident response, then and SecOps group, you can say, people who can pull into it. So this is basically case management you can use for legal purpose in a short, I would say. Finally, it's after so let me finish it quickly. It's a reporting matrix. Again, this is continuous improvement over time, and whatever the actions has been taken via Phantom to track the activity which has been done on the Phantom platform. You have rich reports and dashboards around it. You can also measure the amount of dollars you saved by defining average salary of any analyst within the platform. So that kind of dashboard is also available. I'll make it more clear while in the demo. Okay, so let me go ahead. This is a security portfolio, Splunk security portfolio. First is the data layer, where Splunk Cloud is a SaaS kind of a service they provide. Also they have AMIs available within AWS. Where you can set up your own security clouds as well as different operations around it. Splunk Enterprise, again, is a software-based product where you can install on-prem or cloud or in a hybrid in nature. It doesn't matter unless it has the base requirement satisfied. Okay, so then you come to analytics. Splunk Enterprise Security, which is the same part of it, is a magic MQ leader from last 7 years. Splunk Security Essentials is a free tool where you can see all the use cases around the different standards available in the current industry. And UBA is another tool, a module top of enterprise security for user behavior analytics. The licensing works differently for all those teams. Only Splunk Essentials is a free product. And now from operation side of it, you have Phantom. Until now we have discussed, which works on top of enterprise security. Okay. Key differentiator. Let me wrap this thing fast. So this is all which we have discussed. The first three steps, initial, repeatable, defined, is all maturity steps are needed for any security operations center. These steps are important, and every SOC goes through those steps. Once they know their standard operating procedures, then you can think on putting the SOAR platform into the security any operation center. We generally don't propose Phantom in any new requirement, new SOC requirement which are there in the market. Okay, so it generally doesn't. So new requirement generally don't need secure SOAR platform like for 1 or 2 years. Okay, so top layers of automation and optimization, that's where you need to have all standard operating procedures documented, and you know what you have to do with all the incidents which are coming into their operation center. Okay, so this is moving to next slide. This is the industry where Phantom is in use. At present, there are multiple use cases, case studies around it in online. You can just go check there. So there are those percentage showing you different parameters within Phantom. Okay, Phantom has its competitive strength, very good with automation orchestration. That is the first and foremost of any SOAR platform. Very good community focus. You have quick responses of any technical operational questions you have, and then it has enterprise architecture where you can build in a multi large environments as well. Okay. Okay. Key differentiators, depth and breadth of integrations is a lot of technologies which you can use. Already readily, steadily available. You just have to configure the security data source as an asset into Phantom just to start to act upon, and then it is a leading SOAR platform, 4,000 plus members in community, 250 plus apps by community vendors and vendors supporting vendors. Large successful production, so customer base is also there as it's an enterprise solution. It has a very open architecture. Anybody can see how deeply you can go into. And easy to use and extend. So don't need to have developing knowledge, developer knowledge. That's it, guys. Any questions, answers? So Tai is asking a question. Is it possible to integrate Splunk Phantom with traditional SOC, which is running with IBM QRadar SIEM? Yes, sir. It is open in nature. You can integrate with any SIEM platform available out there. If you need any other documentation, you can just throw me an email. Binda should be able to share the details with you.
Yes, we will definitely be sending out a recording of the live session to all of you along with Gaurav's contact details. In case you have any questions, you all can write back to us. We have other Splunk sessions scheduled throughout the month. We will be sending invites to you guys so you all can register and attend the sessions. Thank you so much for all your time. I hope all of you have a great day ahead.